my God. Hi, y'all. I was trying to change it to a different angle, and that's not working. So we're going to do it like this. We're going to make it do what it do. How y'all doing? Well, I want to welcome you to the very first episode of Groove and Grind. So thank you guys for coming. Now I'm going to keep looking down every now and then because I wrote some notes because I don't want to miss I don't want to miss some things. Two of you are here. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. And this will get better. This will be my first one. This is we call this episode 0. Thank you for joining. And I'm going to try to see if you start writing something, I'll be able to reply to you on my phone here. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for Oops. Your patience. Can't hear that. I don't want to hear that. All right. So let's get started. So welcome to Groove and Grind with Stacy Brooks. Okay. Heaven, hey. Oh my God. I got one person. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you. Thank you for saying something. I wanted to make sure somebody was actually here. So I'm so excited that you are here. I just want to give you a backstory about why I wanted to do a podcast altogether. Hey, Moose Poppy, Sam's in the house. What's up, Sam? Thank you for joining. So I know a lot of you don't know this. Some of you do know my background in media. So I'm gonna act like none of you know my background in media. I know somebody saying, oh no, not another podcast, another podcast. Oh no, not another podcast. Yes, another podcast. But I've been in media since my teenage years, and a lot of people don't know that. So even though I've done music all my life, I've also done media of some sort, journalism, radio, podcast type situation. So, and I've wanted just, it's time for me to come back to my roots. So I studied journalism in high school, and I served as a sports editor in our class newspaper. Also I was on the yearbook staff, also on the yearbook staff. So that kind of laid my groundwork for storytelling and my love for it. Okay, so that started a long time ago, coupled with the fact that my mother, Annie Brooks, and Olivia Gross had me doing things in church, speaking and, helping with Sunday school layouts, Sunday school, summer school, vacation Bible school, all that. So I've been doing something in journalism in media for a long time. So right after my 17th birthday, I landed my first job. My very first job out of high school was a radio broadcaster at a station called WMJS 92.7 FM in Prince Frederick, Maryland, which is located in Calvert County. And I had the 7 p.m. to midnight slot. So for those that know me, you know I'm a night owl. Is that listed on T? Sorry, y'all. You know I'm a night owl, so I've been a night owl for a long time. So at 17, my first job was radio. It was radio. And I got that job because a teacher of mine in high school knew the owners of the radio station. And she talked to them, and she said, I have this girl in my class that she loves to talk. I didn't get in trouble for talking, but everybody knew that I wanted to be in media. And then, of course, when Oprah Winfrey came out, I wanted to be Oprah Winfrey. So everybody always used to say that, oh, you remind me of Oprah Winfrey. You are, but I was Oprah Winfrey and before Winfrey was Oprah Winfrey. But, the thing is, Oprah Winfrey started in Baltimore. She's right up the street. So who knows? You don't know. So that experience started my deep passion for broadcasting. So I used to be in the radio station all by myself. And I was 17, and we were in the woods. And I don't know if any of you know about Calvert County, but it's back in 87, 88. It was a lot of woods. It's still a lot of woods, but I was there by myself. And I had to do the meter readings, the AP news. I had to get the news off the AP machine, and I had to close it down at midnight, and that's when we went off the air at midnight. So I did that from Monday to Friday, and then sometimes Sunday. We had a David Sanborn reel to reel hour segment. Isn't that interesting? Reel to reel. Remember those? So yeah, I've been doing media of some sort for a long time. So WMJS was actually later on bought by Magic WMJ, which is 102.3, Magic 102.3, and also 92.7. So for those of you that know about Magic WMJ, it was my old radio station, 92.7 WMJS. So it is now Magic. Was it Magic 102.3? So still there. So when I moved up to this area, to the DMV area, I would say, I don't call Calvert DMV, but when I moved up to the metropolitan area, I still wanted to do radio. And saw WPFW, and Mike Harris answered the phone, and he's in California now, but I wanted to do radio. And at that point, he said, oh, all the people on here are volunteers. Well, back then, I was just a GS4, and I was like, I can't afford to volunteer, so there that, there that went. Hey, Kyle, thank you for joining. So that went there. So that was WFW 89.3 FM. So fast forward, I wound up being on WPFW Southern Soul Rumpin' with Dr. Nick and Lady C. Lady C is still there. No, I'm not putting any hats on today. This is just an introduction to this is just an introduction to the podcast. So sorry, no hat. You want me to put a hat on? I'll put a hat on. All right, hold up. I just happen to have a hat right here. Is that better? Is that better? But today's not about hats. So I was on PFW 89.3 FM with Dr. Nick and Lady C, who's still there, from 12 o'clock. I think she does 12 o'clock. But I did that from 2013 to 2020. And then, in 2020, we couldn't have two people in the studio at the time because of, some things going on in the air. And so we couldn't do that. So after stepping away from traditional radio, I kept hearing from people, hey, when are you going to get back on the air? We miss your voice. We miss your personality. We miss you. And, I wanted to do something, but I didn't want to just do something just for the sake of doing something. I needed to have a meaning. And I actually conceptualized, analyzed what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. So I just started going live on TikTok. I just started going live on TikTok and playing music on there. This is not going to be a musical podcast. I will not be playing any music, my own, or maybe the guest that's with me. So I started going live on TikTok. And from that, I was doing that every day. And people were speaking to me in the comment section, as you are here. And talking to me, and then afterwards talking to me in my inbox and telling me, hey, you really should do a podcast. So after that, I decided, okay, I'm going to do one. And I kept saying, I'm going to do one, I'm going to do one, I'm going to do one. So the connections to the people and the live connection, really, I loved it. So, and you know how life gives you a way of reminding what you need to be doing. So I lost my mom in December, which was last month, and that gave me the perfect push to realize that there's no perfect timing. There's no perfect timing. You have to make the time. And I had been telling my mom prior to her passing that I would be doing a podcast, and I actually had wanted her to be on the podcast because she has an interesting story as well. And I'll probably be talking about that. So I'm bringing you Groove Grind because I grind and I groove, music, and I grind because, I have my music, my businesses, and the different things that I do. And so the conversations that I'm going to be having are with people that have shaped my journey, people that I admire, and stories from my own real life that make who I am. So I want to be honest and real and transparent. There will be no fancy editing. Like this light that I have here, I know this is not like the lighting, and all this in the background might be a little bit distracting, but we will not always be here. Sometimes I will be on site with my artist or my guest or whoever I am interviewing at the time, and each podcast episode will not be an interview. Sometimes it'll be of something else, and I'll let you know that in later on. But so there won't be any bells and whistles. I won't have pop-ups here and there, and maybe not now because I don't really know how to do all that. But the focus is who I'm interviewing. These are going to be unfiltered conversations. Sometimes they will be live. Sometimes these podcasts will be live episodes. There won't be a whole bunch of editing. Now, the lighting might be better, the backing might be better, but for the most part, it's not going to be extra. Artists and the people that I'm interviewing are going to be extra enough. And that is going to make them unforgettable. And who I am interviewing, they are going to be the meat and potatoes of the Grind and Groove and Grind podcast. So, and like I said, sometimes we're going to be on site with them because I want them to be comfortable. And then also, some of the podcasts are going to be audio only because again, I want people to be completely comfortable talking, and some people are not comfortable in front of a camera. So, and I want them to feel at ease, and it's going to be a conversation. It's not going to be an interrogation. It's not going to be an interrogation of, me firing questions at them and they answer. It's going to be a conversation. Y'all know I like to talk, so we're going to be talking and they're going to be talking, and it'll be a conversation. So, some guests will require more than one episode. So some of the guests will have a series because their life is so dynamic, and also there are different aspects of their life. Some of my guests will be elderly and they have a lot of experience and they have a lot of things to tell. So some of my episodes will be, some of the series will be of one person. Some of the episodes of one person in the series. All right, and they're going to be 1 hour at a time. Today it's not going to be an hour because we're just getting started. Today is the 29th of January, and I just want to introduce to you what is about to happen. And if you guys have any questions, you can answer that. There's still some people here. Thank you for sticking around. And so there'll be some multi-part series, and because some people have more to tell and want to tell. So, but we will limit it to an hour per episode because I want this to be, something you want to listen to. It'll be perfect for your commute at home, going home, or, if you're cleaning up the house, you can turn on fast. And then you can binge listen. So I'm still working on all that. So I appreciate you guys being here. And like I said, sometimes you push from whatever life throws you, whatever, and then you just need to push through. So I'm gonna put my hat back on for Kyle. And those of y'all that know I love hats, y'all know I love hats. So what else I wanted to tell you? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And podcast is under Groove and Grind with Stacy Brooks, okay? It's Groove and Grind with Stacy Brooks. Again, it won't be a fancy podcast. with backdrops and things like that. But it won't always look like this either. Okay, just so you know, it won't always look like that. And I am doing some more. I've recorded some of the podcast episodes already, and they'll be dropping every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Wednesday at 5 Eastern Time. And the day before, I will put out the link like I did today. I will schedule it so that you can click on the actual thumbnail of the interview of the podcast, the episode, and you can say notify me, put on the notification button, and it will notify you that I am live, that I'm going live. So I'm still doing all of these ins and outs to YouTube, to the podcast. I didn't even know that they had a podcast, but what happened was there was a button one day and it said create a podcast. And I was like, oh, okay. I can create a podcast from my YouTube channel. So that's what I did. And like I said, some people will be people that I admire, people that are peers of mine, and some people that are just very interesting. Like, matter of fact, everybody that is going to be on my podcast is going to be interesting in some aspect or another. They're just not all going to be musicians, okay? It's not everybody's going to be a musician. Not everyone is going to be famous. Not everyone is going to be in the entertainment business. Some of the people are going to be business owners. Some of the people are going to be, other entrepreneurs as myself. Some people own a farm. Some people, might be a pilot. These people that I will be interviewing are just very interesting. And I know a lot of interesting people. I know a lot of interesting people. My actual small circle, the people are very interesting. What they have chosen to do with their life is interesting, in my opinion. And I know I won't be the only one who thinks that. So I'm not giving anyone their flowers, but I feel like they should, their story should be heard. And I will be doing that here on this podcast. So that's why it's Groove and Grind. Because again, some of us grooving and some of us is grinding. And I'm doing both. So again, thank you for sitting here listening to me rattle on. Does anybody have any questions? Besides Kyle telling me to put my hat on. I got my hat on for Kyle. I can see there are 6 people in here now. So does anybody have any questions? And you can always replay it, and you can comment in the comment section, and I will reply. And for people that have been commenting since November, when I decided to become more intentional with my YouTube channel. Oh, yes, sir. New music is coming. Yes, actually, I had started writing a song for my mom before I passed because, I have a daddy song. And I've wanted to put a song out for my mom. So I have a song coming out for my mother. And so I'm going to release that this spring. I'm sorry. Devin, you're making me cry. I'm sorry. Yes, I got new music coming out, and I want to be finished with the German Chocolate CD, which is me. I'm German Chocolate. So I want to be finished with that by the end of the year. Yeah. The song is called Olivia. That's my mother's name, Olivia. So I have changed it. It was a sappy song. But when my mom passed last month, I changed it. So now it's an upbeat, love to dance. And that's where we get it from. She loves to dance, and we love to dance in our family. So it's a dancing song. So I will be releasing that. I want to say by this spring. It's cutting in and out. Oh no. I hope not. Go figure, I'm using an iPhone. I figure if I use an iPhone, it would do so well instead of using my Android. But I hope it's not. I hope it's not going in and out. But hey Sam, is it going for you? Is it going out for you, Kyle? Anybody else? Let me know if it's going out for you. And also for this channel, I do have members only videos and members only chats. So some of the videos on the channel are for members only. If you subscribe, yeah, I would like for somebody else to confirm that if it's going in and out. If it is, I won't be using this iPhone again. I'm gonna go back to my iPhone. It's going in and out. Oh. All right, y'all. I'm gonna cut this off. This is an old iPhone that was gifted to me by my cousin. So maybe I just need to get another iPhone. Ooh, I can't afford it. You're on Android. I'm saying what I'm recording on. What I'm recording on is an iPhone. Yeah, I normally when I'm going live with TikTok, I'm on an Android, but I decided to go use an iPhone. But this will be the last time I'm using an iPhone. So again, for your feedback, I really appreciate that. And it will think you can transcribe it. I will transcribe it. I'll transcribe it so that you guys can hear it, so you can read it. But this was just the introduction. This will be the introduction, and the first episode, the technical episode, will be on. Will drop next. I'm sorry. It'll drop Saturday. Saturday on the 1st of February. The first. This is in podcast language. I was told this is episode 0. Was the first one, which is the introduction. So the next one, I will not use this to go. The other episodes that I've already recorded are on Android, on my Android phone. So I might need to stick with the Android. But thank you for watching. I don't want to keep you guys in this. For the playback people, if you could let me know that it goes in and out or whatever, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, y'all. And I'm going to figure out how to turn this off. And I appreciate it. Please subscribe. I have some really interesting things in store for this podcast. Thank you. Bye. I don't know how to turn this thing off. We'll see. Here we go.